welcome back to another episode of the Dream Printing Podcast. Today, I'm going to be sharing the 3 keys to scaling a paper product business. I'm so excited about this. And today, if you're watching on the day it's actually airing, June 28th, today is the last day to apply and secure your spot into Print School. The last day. We're shutting the doors today. Print School turned 1 year old this month, and we are revamping the entire program. But today you can actually jump into Print School 1.0. You can apply and secure your spot, and you will be locking in the lowest tuition possible. And not only will you get Print School 1.0, whenever Print School 2.0 launches and is open to you, you will also get access to that. So this is the absolute best time to jump into Print School is right now. So 3, 2, 1, go. HoracioPrinting.com/print school. You can learn more there. And let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. Okay, I hope you're ready to do some math because we're going to be talking about how to scale a business. And I will be the first to admit, math is not my strong suit. It's absolutely not my strong suit. But after running a business for almost 10 years, you have to learn some math, or at least you have to learn how to do an equation in Excel so that will do it for you. But we're going to think about math in the sense of how to create profit and how to scale in a product-based business. So grab your journal, grab a piece of paper, because we're going to sketch out some math together. And this is going to be really fun math. It's math about how to get you to 6 figures in a paper product business, what scaling looks like, how to go slow and grow. So the 3 keys, are you ready for this? The 3 keys to scaling a paper product business. The first key is, ready? The order quantity. Okay, you have to scale up your quantity. Now, why? When you order higher bulk of quantity, the cost goes down. And you know this because you've probably shopped at Costco. Let's call it just the Costco theory, right? When you buy in bulk, it costs less, right? When you buy 4 giant ketchup containers together, it's going to be cheaper than buying 1 small ketchup container at Publix, right? And so it's the same thing with planners. When you're buying 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 planners, the cost per unit goes down tremendously when you buy more. Now, my first year, I went pretty boldly and bought 1,000. I had to because I was working with a really expensive printer that it would cost $28 per item at the $1,000 unit mark, which is insane. Luckily, we don't work with that printer anymore, although they were a lovely printer. I don't want to say anything bad about them. They are awesome, high quality, but they are just too expensive to make profit off of. So we are going to talk about what does that look like. So what I see now with my Print School students is I recommend starting out their journey around 500 units, 750 units, maybe 1,000 units, depending on how big their current audience is, if they have one yet at all. And then what you do is you do a first print run, and then you do your second print run using the proceeds from the first one, and you invest more into your product. And let's say you're working off of a Bible study and you're creating volume 1. Well, once you have volume 1 designed, it's not going to cost that much to design volume 2 because you already have the template created, which is great. So let me show you what this looks like. I kind of sketched this out on my sheet of paper, and I want you to sketch this out on your sheet of paper. So I want you to draw a little, if those of you listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, I want you to grab a journal, and I want you to make 2 columns on your sheet. One being run 1, run 2, and the second one being run 2, because you have a first run of product and then you have the second one. Basically, you place your first order and then the second time you place your second order. So let's say in run 1, you're buying 500 units, and we're going to use easy numbers here. So it's all easy math. And let's say the cost per unit is $10. So if you're buying 500 units at $10, it will cost you $5,000 for that product to be printed. Now, if you go turn around and retail that product at $45, your potential revenue of $45 times selling 500 units is going to be $22,500. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like here. I'm going to fold my paper so you can see. So run one, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see the math. You've ordered 500 units. It costs $10 so per unit, and so it's $5,000 all in of an investment. Retailing at $45, you could sell out and potentially make $22,500. Now, typically, you're not going to sell all 500 units. You're going to keep some for yourself. You're going to give one to your mom. You're going to save one on your shelf. You're not going to sell all 500 typically, and you're going to save some in case things get, one of them gets messed up in the shipping. Okay, so your potential profit off this first run is 17 grand. Now that might not seem very exciting, like, okay, well, that's not a ton of money, but it's money. It's exciting in that sense, but this isn't gonna like quit your day job yet. Now, which I did 2 runs before I quit my day job. Okay, so let's look at run 2, and this is a really conservative run. My first run, I did 1,000 units. But you might want to start with 500 because you're still working your day job, right? So here's what 1,000 units could look like. If we buy 1,000 units and they're $7 each per unit, we're going to spend $7,000 getting this produced, right? And let's say you keep the retail at $45 per, you're going to make potentially $45,000 with a profit of $38,000. Now, as you see, the cost per unit when you bought more went from $10 to $7, just like the Costco theory, right? When you buy more, you're going to get a better price. Now, let's say you do your third run and it's 2,000 units. You're like, all right, I took that 38 grand of profit. I'm going to put that into my next run. Well, the next time you can buy 2,000 units at $5. So you're spending 10 grand of an investment. You keep the same retail price. And now your revenue is up to 90 grand if you sell all 2,000 units, and your profit is 80. So your profit margin is growing every time you reinvest into inventory. Now down here, you can see if you actually retailed at like $57 versus $45, you'd actually be bringing in $1,400. Now, I know I just whipped through that really fast, but what I want you to see is you can start small and make your profit and then reinvest that and keep growing that investment. Does that make sense? Or you can start big and go with 2,000 on your first order. It's totally up to you. But the name of the game in terms of scaling is you have to scale your order quantity, how much you're ordering and how much you're selling. And the other big thing about scaling your revenue is increasing how much you sell it for, right? On this example I showed you, everything was $45. Like everything I sold it at $45. But you could do kits, you could bundle it, you could sell something that comes with a community and sell it for a lot more money. Maybe if it comes with a monthly call or a community, it could just be more premium. Like my planners all come in beautiful boxes and dust bags and things of that sort. So you could sell it for a much higher retail price and make a lot more money on the revenue side. So for example, if you sold 2,000 units at $57 instead of $45, you'd be at the 6K mark of $114. So this kind of gives you some numbers to think about, but what you're looking at is what's my cost per unit. And so one of the first steps in print school is after you've come up with your ideation step and you've thought about what you want to create, and we have you create an index file in a simple, very simple prototype in either PowerPoint or Canva, we go ahead and get a quote. So that way you already know what is my cost per unit at 500, 1,000, 2,000 of my product, or 700, whatever it is. So you can understand, okay, what do I need to sell it at as a retail price to hit my goal? And the next year or the next season when you buy again, your template's already created, your product's already created. So it's not going to be as much work to churn out that second or third run. For example, my Soap Bible Studies, I'm still printing that design that's been designed for years. And every time they sell out, I'm just buying more of that same product. I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, every year when I buy my planners, I do have to update the dates and update the scriptures and update the copy, but the template of my planner is already created. So the first way to scale is increase your order quantity with each run. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea of where you can go with that. And these are just starting out numbers. Obviously, when you start buying 5,000 or 10,000 units, it's going to be even more, but I just want to show you like kind of how that journey begins. Now, the second way that you can really scale your paper product business is through outsourcing fulfillment. So stop shipping from your home, stop shipping from your garage, and really outsourcing that fulfillment piece. I like working with third-party logistics companies. They are tricky to find, and there are many horror stories out there. I currently really love the one that I'm working with. I had my own warehouse for years, but decided to go back to using a third-party logistics company, and I give all of my print school students access to my partners there. And then lastly, you want to outsource your customer service. This is going to be a great way for you to actually scale your business, because if you are out of the weeds when it comes to customer service and order fulfillment, all these things you can get sucked into, you can actually work on partnerships, marketing, branding. How can you get out there and get in front of more people to talk about your product? Because that's really important. If you're going to scale it, you need to be out there forward facing, reaching out to strategic partnerships, and just doing your marketing. So that is, or working with someone who specializes in that and talking to them, hiring them, getting them to help you with marketing, with growth, all those things. Now, those are the first two keys: higher order quantity and then outsourcing. Now, the third key to scaling a paper product business, get ready, is client retention. You have to keep your customers coming back. And this is the 2024 planner will be my 10th planner. And last year we had about a 57% retention on customers, which is pretty great. For the planners themselves, it was about 81%, but overall of all orders last year in my shop, 57 were returning customers. And so I'm really big on client retention, because I'm really big on letting people know they're loved and cared for and encouraged and challenged and supported. And so I think it's really important when you're trying to scale a business is you cannot forget about the people that have already bought your product. Those are your VIPs. Often we focus so much on the new customers. We have to nurture the old ones. And so I think you do that through experience, like giving them the absolute best experience, making sure that everything is just steeped in excellence and high quality. You also do that by really soliciting honest feedback from your customer, making sure that you're getting that feedback from them and letting them play a part in the collaboration of your next collection, letting them vote on covers, having them vote on what product I should create next. Let them be a collaborative part and a partner to you so that they can feel like they have some ownership in this company and they're involved. And that is what really helps them keep coming back. Obviously, coupons do that as well, bonuses, gifts, that sort of thing. But those are my 3 quick tips to scaling a paper business. I want to know what you think about this episode, what you're curious about, what you'd like me to go deeper on. You can put a comment in the YouTube video below, or you can send us a DM on Instagram, Horacio Printing or Polly_Payne. And I would love to get your feedback on this. And I would love to see you inside of Print School, because these are definitely things that I teach you: how to outsource, how to have great client retention. I give you my customer service templates. I give you access to my fulfillment. I give you access to my printer. I give you access to hire my designers and all sorts of partners. So I would love to see you inside of Print School. You can go apply at HoracioPrinting.com/Print School. You can learn more there. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. You are so loved.